you know those ones. And at this point she sees the actor who played Ricky. Oh my God. Yes, he is. Even though he's messing me about, I'm just gonna let him be a player. And he's just gonna hurt me and it's gonna be fine. The lies. Way prettier than me. Like, she's got it. I didn't even tell anyone I got it for like a day because I was like, it could fall through. Hello honeys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just joining me now, then hi, my name's Imogen. Thank you so much for finding me. I don't know how you found me, but please definitely stay. I don't think I said joining just then. I think I went, thanks for joining me. Thank you so much for joining. It's joining, hun, it's joining. So, big exciting situation. I am bringing back, drum roll please, you've seen it in the title, story times. Yeah, you guys asked for it. I love doing story times. I've got so many stories to tell you guys. I grew up in a household with two parents that literally had story times 24/7. 24/7. All my friends would come around and be like, your dad's always got a story, I love it. And I'd be like, it's so embarrassing. My mum would be like telling all these open stories and they'd be like, oh, you've got the coolest parents, like they're so open, they've got all these stories. And I'd be like, stop it, mum, you're embarrassing me. Like, oh my God. I'd be so embarrassed. I was just, yeah, no. I was like, I've never even kissed a boy. I would never tell my parents anything because even though I had the most cool, open parents, although my dad was very strict. They were strict, but they were also really like, we love you, we never judge you. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Today we're bringing back story times. You guys love them. I love doing them. Let's do it. I have so many stories and I know that Renelia is literally going to be the same as I was with my parents when all of her friends come round and I'm like, let me tell you a story, kids. And Renelia is going to be like, Mum, you're a joke. And I'm going to be like, I know. So I just wanted to kick off the story times with an audition story time when I got to the final two for a character on EastEnders. I know you've seen it on the title, so I don't think it's that shocking, but I really want to tell you these stories. I've got so many audition story times. I've got so many random story times, random story times. So why not tell them? Some of them aren't going to be that long. Some of them are going to be 15 minutes. Some could be longer, 30 minutes, but you have to bear with me because I have had a baby. Baby brain is a real thing. So I've just looked it up here, huns. Lauren Branning was recast on the 27th of September 2010. So it would have been the summer of 2010 that I was auditioning. So we're in 2022 now. So that's 12 years ago. Would I have been 17? I would have been 17. Yes. I took maths GCSE year early, but clearly my quick maths is not there anymore. So, God, it's a long time ago, isn't it? 17. I can't believe it. I look back now. Yes, it would have been when I was 17 because I was dating that boy. Yes, it would have been when I was 17 because I'm not going to go into actually who I was dating because he's now on a massive TV show. He's on a massive TV show and I want to give the claim to fame that I actually got him his original agent, the same agent that got me the final two for EastEnders. Right, I'm putting my phone down because I was reading. I won't divulge into that one though. That was a very short-term fling situation in between situations. Got to the final two for Lauren Branning. You guys would have seen me on primetime TV. I would have been Lauren Branning, Max Branning's daughter, like fuming about life, getting with all the boys, loving life. I think she became an alcoholic, didn't she? Not too sure. But anyway, so I originally got the script. I had an agent and I used to get put up for a lot of TV roles. And I'm going to be honest with you, I would always, not always, but a lot of the time, be very grateful enough to have got through to like the final five, final two, like this other show, which I'll go into, Nickelodeon, Channel 4 situation. I will tell you all about that. That's a whole nother story. So I'm not going to tell you too much in this because otherwise then the story time's null and void. So I got the script sent through to my email and I absolutely loved it. I got I think it was his sister, the agent's sister would send me all of the stuff. So got the email through and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. They didn't say Lauren Branning at the time. I never watched EastEnders. I knew the main characters because of obviously all this, not the skits, but like the Ricky and you're not my dog, I'm your mother. You know those ones. Yeah, those ones. I'm your mother. Yes, I'm not going to scream because my daughter's asleep upstairs. But I knew of all those things, but I'm not going to lie to you, this is me being completely honest. I wasn't allowed to watch EastEnders growing up. My parents would have like Coronation Street on sometimes, But because my parents had such volatile upbringings, they felt like, this is me not judging anyone for watching EastEnders because Spencer grew up watching EastEnders in his household. I don't judge anyone. Everyone watches it. I nearly was on the show, and let me tell you, my parents would have watched it if I was on the show. But growing up, my parents had really volatile upbringings and they never let us watch the news. Obviously, they didn't ever want anyone to watch the news, the children anyway, but we were shielded. We were very shielded, maybe bubble wrapped, and people can judge for that, but I wasn't allowed to watch that stuff because my parents said it reminded them of their childhood. It was very toxic for them to be reminded of, and it was quite triggering, so we didn't watch that. And I remember sometimes I'd go around my friend's house and they'd put EastEnders on, and I would be like, oh my God, because there'd be like affairs and alcohol and all these things that I was completely shielded from until I got older. So, got the script through, and it was, I feel like I can't really, I couldn't tell you the script, but it was about someone coming back into the soap. So we'd been told that the previous person is being recast, and the script that I was working with, it was like 2-3 pages, and they like you to familiarise yourself with it, preferably learn it, and then when you go in there, you do it with the person behind the camera. So I think one of the lines, no, couldn't tell you. It was something along the lines of like, where have you been? It was something about me being in America or something. Can't really remember it too much. And about how like, I had a chip on my shoulder about someone and they were talking to me about someone. I was like, well, I don't really know what he's doing here. Something like that. It was very much like that, right? So anyway, I went over and over and over it with my mum and dad, over and over and over. My mum and dad weren't together at this point, but things were okay enough for me to be seeing both parents loving life, because it was a bit of a turmoil divorce, but that's fine. We love each other. We adore each other. People go through these things. It's life, you know? And I love my parents more than life itself, especially now having a child, because I appreciate them more than anything. But the divorce was not plain sailing. So went up with my mum, actually. I was going up with my mum, and we got the train, and it was at the Elstree Studios, Elstree in Bournemouth. And we got there, and there was all like these Range Rovers around, and I was like, oh my God, this is massive. And it was at this big studios, and I think it's the same place where Casualty was filmed, or Holby City, or is it the same? I don't really know. And I got there, and I spoke to the security guy, and he takes your name and takes it off, and when I mean, there was letters after pages of people. And I was like, oh my God, this isn't whittled down, is it? Because sometimes what they do is they whittle it down to a certain number of people, 100 or something, 50 or something, because they take your, oh my God, I don't even know what it's called anymore. That's how out of the acting game I am. Not your profile picture, you guys are probably telling me and screaming at me, but it's your casting photo that you have on your agent's books, etc. Your portfolio, it's not your portfolio. It's a specific photo that you had to get taken. Anyway. I've just remembered it's a headshot. As I'm editing this, it's a headshot. So there's me and my little photos, like that, cute, love and life. Anyway, so normally sometimes they can whittle it down from those photos. In this situation, it didn't. I think it was a very much open casting call at the very beginning. So I went, I did it, and then like a week and a half later or something, it must have been like 3 or 4 days later. It was like, my agent called me and was like, you have got a recall, you got a call back. And I was like, I'm gonna be Lauren Branning. But actually, no, because at the time I know what I was like, and I'm such an overthinker and over-worrier, and I actually wish I believed in the power of manifestation back in the day, because although you learn and you grow, but I wish I'd been more confident in myself back then, because I used to always get recast or recalled, I used to always get recalled, and I'd call my parents after the audition and be like, any audition, I'd be like, that went terribly. Knowing it went really well, I should have been projecting positivity and been like, it went really well, because when I was friends with Dua, we would go to auditions, I'd go and sit outside her auditions, and I'd hear her belt out a song, and she'd come out, and I'd be like, how did it go? And she'd be like, went amazingly. If I don't get it, then it's on them. And she had this level of confidence that I was like, fudge. Like, I wish I had that. Like, and I always looked at her and thought, you're just going to be massive. You're just going to be massive, because you have to be that confident. You do. You have to be that confident. And I used to just overanalyze, put myself down, tell everyone it went really badly so that if I didn't get the part, then brilliant. I said it went badly, so of course I didn't get the part. Even when it went really well, and then I'd lie in bed. Like, I remember one thing I got to the final 2 for and then eventually got, I didn't even tell anyone I got it for like a day because I was like, it could fall through. Like, that's how much anxiety I used to have in my head about everything. I've calmed down a little bit more now, but back in the day, the anxiety was just constant. So Mum came up again for the recall, and it was the same exact script. And at this point, from that big amount of thing, there was only 1 page of girls. 1 page of girls. So it's so I was like, oh, he didn't roll up the page. I was like, is there only 1 page? And the security guard was like, yeah, only 1 page. I was like, oh my God. So then I went for the audition, did the stuff, loved my life. Then I left, and my agent called me and was like, we've got the intel. It's for Lucy Beale. And I was like, I couldn't have darker hair. Like, I could not have darker hair. Am I ever going to get the part of Lucy Beale? Probably not. Another girl who I used to compete with a lot in auditions, even though we look nothing alike, we have no similarities, she actually got the part of Lucy Beale, Hetty. And we used to always go against each other in auditions, even though I don't know why we used to go against each other. Not go against each other, but I just see her in the audition rooms all the time. Yeah, got to the audition after being told it's for Lucy Beale. So I dressed like Lucy Beale. Little did I know at this point, and I wish I'd had the intel, it was for Lauren Branning, because I would have dressed completely differently. Oh, the thing I was wearing for the Lucy Beale thing, what was I wearing? I was wearing this Prince, I still remember it was from Topshop. It was a Prince high neck white tank top tucked into this skirt, which I'd borrowed from my friends, which was so not my style. I looked horrendous. I was wearing these tights. I don't even know what I was wearing, Hans. I don't know what I was wearing. My agent, actually said to me, you need to go there and lie and say that your hair's been dyed because you've been screen testing for skins. Sorry? And I was like, okay, I've got this. So he was like, you need to say your hair is naturally blonde. The lies. But you do what you gotta do to get the part. You do what you gotta do to get the part. So there I was, going to the next audition, sitting with this lady, and it was a different script this time, and they gave you the script upon arrival. And I got the script upon arrival and I learned it, and I love that because I can really learn scripts really quite quickly. Wouldn't know anymore, but I used to. So then I'm sat there with this lady and I say to her, yeah, you know, I'm actually originally, naturally, is that the door? Oh, she's left it. Thanks, hon. Thank you. I'm actually naturally blonde. The dark eyebrows, the dark hair. She said, really? I said, yeah, I'm naturally blonde. My hair's actually dark because I've been screen testing for skins. So yeah, I didn't actually get it in the end, but they needed me to dye my hair. I got that close. She was like, really? Oh my God, you suit dark hair so much. I was like, thank you so much. Maybe I'll keep it or maybe I won't for the role. Who knows, you know? In her head, she must have been thinking, we need the girl to have brunette hair. It's for Lauren Branning. And what really annoyed me was when I didn't get this part, I felt like my agent really treated me very much like, you keep getting recalled, but you're not getting the part. You keep getting the call back, you're not getting the part. And very much wrote me off. And I found that really hard because actually he was telling me lots of different things to do that clearly weren't the thing and weren't the vibe. So I love how I've been talking for 15 minutes and I said this might be a short story time. Yeah. So then did the screen test with them, and then they put me in a room, and then they called me back into the room and did some more scripts with them. And I just loved it. I love it. I love doing scripts. I love acting with someone. Like, I was just in my element. Left, loved my life. Came back, went up to the security guard with Mum, and at this point she sees the actor who played Ricky. Oh my God. My mum, she loved it. She was like, he was checking me out, he was looking at me. I was like, Mum, I think he's married. I don't really know. but we're not focusing on that here. Let's focus on the task at hand. She was like, he was looking at me, he was driving his black range, he was looking at me like, that's Ricky, that's Ricky. I was like, how do you know, hon? You don't even watch it. Anyway, so we went up to the security guard and he was like, my mum went, how many? And he went, 5. Got goosebumps even thinking about it. I was like, 5? 5. God, I was like, this is it. This is it. Went to the final 5. Saw all brunette girls and I was like, is it really Lucy Beale? Is it really Lucy Beale? But at the time I didn't know who'd gone away out of the maybe I should have watched EastEnders. Should have watched EastEnders, should have learned a bit more, I don't know, but it still wouldn't have got me the part, So then I did the audition, got back, and they were like, my agent called me and was like, they love you. They really love you. They think you're brilliant on camera, they think you're a really good actress, they really like you. You're getting this. And I was like, I'm actually getting this. But then also in my head I was like, I'm not getting it because I'm rubbish and they're not gonna want me and it's just gonna fall through because that's my luck. You know, that's what I just kept saying to myself. So then last audition got called and they'd sent the script beforehand, but actually they changed it on the day. And I get there and the security guard was so nice and he was standing there in his little white hut and to let you through and give you the visitor pass. And me and my mum were there and we were like, how many? And he was like, 2. I'm gonna cry now because it's still a massive achievement that I got to the final 2. And my life, oh my God, my life now, I am so happy that I didn't get the part because I probably would never have met Spencer, even though I know we're soulmates, but I just feel like my life would have gone on a different path. I never would have had Renalia because me and Spencer made Renalia. I never would have done YouTube. And I love you guys so much. And yeah, anyway, your life is meant to work out the way it does, but it's an incredible achievement that I actually got to the final 2. So then, oh, just quickly, at the final 5, I actually met Jacqueline Josser, who became Lauren Branning. So I met her and I was telling her about the boy that I was seeing. We just started talking about life and boys. And she mentioned that one of the people behind the bar is her godmother. Was on EastEnders, one of the sisters, Roxy and something. I think it might have been them. Don't quote me, can't remember. And I remember thinking, she's getting this part. She's getting this part. She's getting this part. You know, she's so gorgeous. She knows someone. She's bloody talented. You could tell she was talented. You could tell she was a good actress. And you know Jacqueline Josser's very, very, she's unreal at dancing, I think. Unreal at singing, I know. And unreal at acting. I was like, she's getting the part. She's got it. She's got it. So anyway, it was only me and her at this point, even though the other 3 girls had obviously been. So then I started telling her about this boy that I was seeing. I was like, he's messing me around. I was just talking to her. And I remember showing her a photo and she was like, he's so fit. And I remember being like, what? And at the time, when she said he was fit, I was like, oh my goodness, he is. Even though he's messing me about, I'm just gonna let him be a player. And he's just gonna hurt me and it's gonna be fine. You know, because I was very insecure at the time. So then, went on to the last round and I was at the final 2 and I saw her and I was like, hello. And at this point, she was so easy to talk to. She was so easy to talk to. She's taller than me. I was like, she's way prettier than me. Like, she's got it. But I actually really liked her. And my mum was always saying to me like, you've got to stop being friends with everyone, because in my ballet competitions and all my dance competitions and everything, I'd always be like praising everyone in the back. I'd be like, you are gonna win this. You're amazing. And my mum would be like, hun, they don't love you the way you love them. You need to chill out. Like, if you want to go into this business, even though my mum is literally the same person, my mum loves to tell me that I need to be this certain way when she's not. Mums. That's how I'm gonna be, you know. That's my Spencer. Spencer always says to me, like, you and your mum tell each other not to do something, but you both do it. Yes, I'm a complete divide of my mum and dad, like completely my dad and completely my mum. Anyway, so got to the final 2, read the script, and I just left being like, I haven't got it. And obviously I didn't get it. And I remember getting the call from my agent and then being like, you didn't get it. And I remember just being heartbroken because I was like 17 in a really bad place. My parents had just divorced completely properly. or was it when I was 18? But it was from when I was 13. I was in and out of a really toxic relationship. I was just absolutely like, yeah. I was trying to find myself, seeing this boy interim, like another boy completely breaking my heart. Like I was just not my best self. And I just really found that really hard. But obviously it didn't stop me because I kept going for more auditions. But I remember being like, I'm talented. I know I was good at acting. I know I'm good at acting. I can stand here wholeheartedly and say I'm good at acting. I can. If you put me in front of a script, oh my God, like that's me. That's right there. That's me. Like put me in the role of a character. I'm not so good at being Imogen and blagging stuff, but I'm definitely good at being another character and acting. But yeah, it was just not meant to be. And I remember at that time I felt like, oh my God, it was the end of the world. But now I'm like, wow. And what's really crazy is I find the universe works in just mysterious ways. Jacqueline Joster and me have DM'd a couple of times for reasons about babies, I think, and whatever. But lately, recently, I received her PR package from Be Perfect Cosmetics. She's done this new tan with them, which is amazing. It's like a glow on the body. And I remember being like, the universe, like we actually have somewhat crossed paths, like in some aspects, like some events she's been at, I've been at. And it's crazy. And we've never actually met and spoken since. But I DM'd her and said, like, I got to final 2. We've grown up. I'm 29 now, 17 then. I look very different. She's like, I really can't remember. I can't remember. I was like, we were talking about this guy that was seeing who's now on this show, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I can't remember. And I was like, you can't remember me? No, but obviously she can't remember me. We were literally 17. She must have seen so many girls. She went for so many auditions, whatever. But yeah, that is the story time of how I got to the final 2 of an EastEnders character. If it was a boring story time, you can give me a dislike button if you want, I get it. No, don't. Well, you can do whatever you want. It's your prerogative. But yeah, I thought I'd tell you that story and hope you enjoyed it. I love doing story times. I hope that my animated face makes the story time a bit more exciting. But anyway, your life is meant to go the way it's meant to go, and trust the process and trust the journey and timing of your life. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my video on Tuesday. I upload every Tuesday and Saturday. Love you guys so much. Love you. Bye.